Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here, continuing to cook up this NBA action. Y'all know we do here on the Jam Session. We cook up every single game, every single day. We cashed another NBA Player of the Day yesterday with the New Orleans Pelicans, man. Shout out them boys. 16, 5, and 2, last 23 on our NBA Player of the Day. Just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. Small card yesterday, just 6 games. Double that today, man. 12 games in the association. You guys know the deal, man. I'm finna cook them up and try to smash it per usual, man. No NBA games tomorrow, and then in-season tournament starts on Monday. So, hey, I'm finna cook it up for you guys, man. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you appreciate the content that I do, hey, smash that like button for your guy, man. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter all day long. There's a link for that in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site. It's a money-making weekend, man. A huge NBA card, championship Saturday. Hey, I'm locked and loaded, man. I'm ready to help you guys put some money in your pockets. Let's do exactly that. As you can tell, no graphics, man. It is what it is. But still finna cook it up and run through all 12 games for you guys right here. Right now, we got games starting kind of early. Well, midday. Not early, but midday games. Let's go ahead and hop right in. We got the Warriors on the road facing the Clips. Clips laying 5.5 on Golden State. In this one, Golden State just beat these boys in Golden State 121-14. I know we've been, talking about how bad Golden State is a lot this season, how they just don't look the same. Well, they got a better record than the Clips. And you don't hear the negativity about Los Angeles the same way you're hearing it about Golden State. I know Golden State has the championship pedigree. Like they've been there, done that. But the amount of talent the Clippers have, you would think that people will be talking about them in that same light. I have been at the forefront of this saying, hey, fade the Clippers damn near every day. You're going to be just fine. And of course, I'm continuing to do that. I'm fading the Clips here. There's no reason they should be laying 5.5. In my opinion, the Warriors have actually played their better basketball thus far this season out on the road. I think they're a live dog here. I think they can beat them 2 games in a row. I'm not laying 5.5 with the Clips. They're 8-10. They're not even great against the number. Continuing to fade the Clippers, and I think we're going to be profitable. Taking the Warriors, short, sweet, simple, live dogs there. Next game up, we got the T-Wolves and the Hornets. Hornets getting 6.5 at the crib. I'm not overly in love with this game. Anthony Edwards game time decision for the T-Wolves. T-Wolves, hats off to them boys. Them boys hooping, man. They really are. They really are hooping this year. But look, this is the thing. That's mainly at home. What are they? 8-1-1 against the number at home thus far this season. They're terrible against the number on the road. What are they? 2-6. I can't lay 6.5 points with Minnesota here. There's much better spots today than to lay 6.5 with Minnesota on the road. Small lean towards Charlotte. I know they're banged up. I know that they're not one of the best teams in the NBA. I know betting Charlotte is not fun, but laying points with Minnesota on the road isn't either, especially without their top guy. Not sure if he's in or out. His game time decision. He missed last game. There's an avenue where he does miss this game. I think it's a hip injury. Lean towards the Hornets there. Not one of my favorite games. Next game up. Hey, this is an extremely tough game. This next one, man. We got the Orlando Magic out on the road facing the Brooklyn Nets. Nets laying 2.5 points in this one. These are 2 of our favorite money-making teams. Teams we have made a ton of money on thus far this season. The Magic, man, are currently still the best ATS team in the NBA, 15-4 against the number. They have covered in 79% of their games. Well, right behind them, the second best cover team in the NBA is the Brooklyn Nets, man, 13-4-1 against the number, covered in 76.5% of their games. They're actually tied with the Thunder Buddies. All 3 of these teams we've been on a ton this season. Makes it tough. Magic are on the back end of a back-to-back, failed to cover yesterday as well. The Magic are a team I'm usually not worried about on the back end of a back-to-back because they're a younger team. Like the older teams are the teams you usually see struggle on the back end of back-to-backs. They did win yesterday, but having to travel from Orlando up to Brooklyn, that's a pretty nice travel spot. Brooklyn, the rested team. The thing is, here's my thoughts process. I do think the Magic are the better team, just flat out. I think the Magic are the better team. They are the best ATS team in the NBA. The $1 million question is how much do we value this back-to-back? And I don't know if I value it that much. So here's my thoughts here. I'm going to take the Magic plus the 2.5. They really haven't given me a reason to doubt them. They're still playing extremely well. I know Cam Thomas is back for the Nets. It's going to be a really great game. I'm not necessarily rushing to the window to bet this game. I want to watch it, see how it plays out. I think we can learn a lot about these two teams tonight. But I'm going to lean towards Orlando. I think they're the better team, playing the better basketball, and we're getting them as a dog. I know they're on the back end of a back-to-back, but hey, still the best ATS team in the NBA. Really no reason to doubt them. Next game up, we got Cleveland laying 8.5 on the road on Detroit. We're not laying 8.5 with Cleveland on the road in Detroit. Stop it. I know Detroit is not good. Straight ass. Let's call a spade a spade. They're not a good team, but Cleveland against the number is not great either. So I'm not laying 8.5 with Cleveland on the road, bro. I'm not doing it. What is Cleveland ATS? Cleveland ATS, they are 7-11-1 against the number, covered in 38.9% of their games. Detroit is 8-11 against the number, have covered in 42% of their games. I know Detroit lost every single game they played in November. That's insane. That is insane. But they did compete in some of those games. I think we could see them compete here tonight, in all honesty. Am I overly in love with it? No, I'm not. But that's how I'm feeling here. I give a pick in every game, every day. I know for sure I'm not laying 8.5 on the road with Cleveland. Cleveland hasn't really showed me much to warrant that. Detroit, if they play well, they can compete well here with Cleveland and possibly beat them outright at home. Levert's still out for Cleveland. Jerome's still out. Bojan, game time decision today. Asar Thompson, game time decision as well. If Bojan's in, I might really be on Detroit like as a premium. I like Detroit with Bojan. Bojan is one of the more underrated players in the league. We'll see. We'll see. Lean towards Detroit as of right now. I for sure can tell you, though, I'm not laying it with Cleveland. Next game up, we got the Pacers and the Heat. Miami laying 3.5. I'm gonna take the Pacers here. I know that the Heat just beat this team by 10. I think the Pacers bounce back and beat these boys in this one. The thing is, I gotta wait here on this news too. Adebayo, he's out. Jimmy Butler's a game time decision. Tyler Hero, he's out. But Tyrese Halliburton's game time decision for this one as well. So you got to kind of do what you want with that information. I lean Pacers, but I'm telling you right now, that's expecting Halliburton plays. If Halliburton's out, I'm off this game completely. That's my thoughts here. I don't want to lay points with Miami in Miami. Everybody knows I love fading them in that spot. Pacers really not playing that well. They've lost 3 of their last 4. But if Halliburton plays, I think this is a solid bounce back spot for him. He's been on an absolute tear through the month of November. I think he can keep it rolling, get his team back on track today if he plays. If not, again, I would leave this game alone in its entirety. Next game up, we got the Pelicans on the road facing the Bulls. They're laying 4.5. They were our play of the day yesterday. Shout out to them boys, man. Got it done. Now they're on the back end of a back-to-back. Left New Orleans, heading to Chicago. They're laying 4.5. I really, to be honest, don't love the spot. But what I do love doing is fading the Chicago Bulls. Fading Chicago is the gift that keeps on giving. We've been doing it all season, and I see no reason to stop now. What are they, 6-13-1 against the number? Hey, short, sweet, simple. I'm continuing to fade the Chicago Bulls. The Pelicans, they're healthy right now. McCollum, Zion, Ingram, when they're all playing, by the numbers, they're one of the best teams in the NBA. That's just the truth. And I think that they come in here and hoop. Would I be surprised if McCollum sat on the back end of a back-to-back? No, I wouldn't. And if he does, the line probably comes down a bit. We're getting better value on New Orleans. I think New Orleans wins this game. I really do. They haven't played that well on the road thus far this season. We've been on them a ton at home, but it's the Bulls, and we look to continue to fade the Bulls, the gift that keeps on giving. Next game up, we got the Milwaukee Bucks and the Atlanta Hawks. Milwaukee lands 6.5 in this game, man. Betting Atlanta is really not fun, man. Atlanta currently is the worst ATS team in the NBA. 5-13 against the number, have only covered in 27.8% of their games. They're a really tough team to figure out. You just really don't know what you're going to see from them on the nightly. They're a 50-50 team. They're 9-9 straight up, but they're just terrible against the number. I can tell you this, though. I'm not laying 6.5 with Milwaukee. I'm not doing that either. I think that's a terrible place to be. Milwaukee is not much better than Atlanta. They're 7-11-1 against the number. They've only covered in 39% of their games. So it's a pick between two evils in those type games. I'd rather have the points in my back pocket. Is there an avenue where the Milwaukee Bucks come in here and blow out the Atlanta Hawks? Of course, there's that avenue. Do I think it happens? No, I don't. I think it's going to be a fairly competitive game. Atlanta might actually be a live dog. We already seen Atlanta come in here and bust them up once this season. Final score in that game was 127-110. It was early in the season. It was on the 29th of October, but it happened, and I wouldn't be surprised if it happened again. I would actually lean towards getting the points with Atlanta. I know they're the worst ATS team in the NBA, but it's not like Milwaukee's much better, and we're getting points in our back pocket in that one. Next game up, we got the Thunder Buddies out on the road facing my favorite team, the Dallas Mavericks. Man, the Mavs got their doors blown off yesterday. Luka Doncic did not play. He had a daughter yesterday. Kyrie Irving did play, didn't really look all that well. Kyrie is questionable for today's game. I haven't really heard a word on if Luka's playing today or not. So I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is the Thunder have been playing much better basketball. Sort of. I mean, 12-6 and 11-7. But the reason I say that is because the Thunder, we've made a ton of money already in this young season with the Thunder. So that's why I say that. But this one's tough, man. This one's tough because the injury news is weighing down on this one. The Mavs, here's the thing. The Mavs, they're a tricky team to figure out. Is there an avenue where they come here and beat the Thunder? Yes. But do I want to bet that they do so? No. Am I overly in love with laying 3.5 in this spot with the Thunder Buddies? I am not. I'm going to lean towards the Oklahoma City right now. I don't know if Luka plays or not. That's the thing. I don't know. So I'll update you guys on Twitter on this game. That's what I'll do. I'll update you guys later on Twitter. It's going to be just a straight up free play. I'll tweet it out later on today. This game's not till 8 o'clock. Once I get a little more information on what's going on in this game, let you guys know. But for now, I don't know. It's hard to handicap the Mavs without Luka. It's hard because, I think he's the most between him, Halliburton, Fox. Like those are the three guys that their team just cannot function without them. And the Warriors, Curry. Those are like four teams where their team just cannot function without their top player. Next game up, we got the Grizzlies on the road facing the Suns. Suns laying 9.5. Both of these teams are on the back end of a back-to-back. Mavs on the back end of a back-to-back too. I don't know if I mentioned that. Suns lost at home last night to the Nuggets, 119-111. The Grizzlies got a double-digit win over the Mavs on the road yesterday. I think the Suns stomp them down. I'm continuing to fade the Grizzlies on the road. It was a bad spot for the Mavs yesterday. Short, sweet, simple. Everybody got ruled out later in the day. It happened. Here, Suns turn around, blow them out. Grizzlies, they've been terrible on the road the last 2 seasons. They're not a good team right now. Backing of a back-to-back on the road, they're a fade. I'm going to take Phoenix. I'm going to lay the points in that one. 3 games left. Whew, it's a lot of games today. 12 games. We got the Blazers on the road facing the Jazz. Jazz home favorites laying 1.5. I'm going to take the Jazz here. Short, sweet, simple. I know the Blazers are actually playing well. The Blazers have won 3 of their last 4, including a home win over these Jazz. They beat them 121-105, competed with Milwaukee on the road, beat Cleveland, and beat Indiana. Are hooping right now, but I don't really love the spot for them. It's their 5th road game in their last 6 games, going up against a Jazz team who's coming back home and has played their best basketball at home. Jazz on the road, fade. Jazz at home, money-making team. And I think that's what we see here. And that's what we've seen already in this series. The Blazers, when they played them in Portland, they blew them out, 121-105. But when they played in Utah, what happened? Utah beat them up 115-99. I think this game goes similar to that. Utah has been playing extremely well at home. I think they continue that. I'm going to take Utah at home in that one. Next game up, we got the Nuggets on the back end of a back-to-back on the road facing the Sacramento Kings. I am going to take the Kings, lay the 3.5 in this one. Hey, the Nuggets are playing better on the road. They've now won, back-to-back road games, and we were on them in both. We typically fade them on the road, but we were on them in back-to-back road games. I think this here is pretty much a scheduled loss. This is a team that is 50-50 on the road most of the time anyway, on the back end of a back-to-back on the road. It's a terrible spot for them. And I can see the Kings getting right here at home. The number is reflective of that at 3.5, and I think the Kings probably win this game by 6-7 points. It's just a bad spot for the Nuggets. Y'all know me. I love betting spots, and this is one of them where I just think the Nuggets' legs are going to be dead probably third, fourth quarter, and Kings take advantage of that. Usually a second half team anyway. I think they get down on the Nuggets today at home in Sacramento Saturday night. Like the beam, I'm going to take the Kings in that one. Last game up, we got the Lake Show. They're out on the road facing the Houston. No, take that back. The Lake Show. They're at home facing the Houston Rockets. Rockets getting 5.5 in this one. I'm grabbing the points with the Rockets. I am. The Lakers are really banged up right now. Everybody's game time decision, but everybody's always going to be game time decision. I don't know if LeBron plays today. Anthony Davis is probable. He probably plays today. Anthony Day-to-Day Davis, but I don't know. Cam Reddish, game time decision. The thing is, even if these guys play, I think the Rockets can compete here. We've seen these guys play twice already this season. The one the Lakers won was competitive, beat them by 104 in Los Angeles. Wasn't that long ago either. It was on the 19th of November. And the one in Houston, Houston blew their doors off, 128-94. I think we're looking at something similar here. A game where the Rockets come in here, compete, give themselves a chance to win, maybe fall short in the end. But getting the points in our back pocket with Houston, I think, is a great place to be. Currently, Houston is one of the best ATS teams in the NBA. They are 10-4-2 against the number, have covered in 71.4% of their games. That's fourth best in the NBA. We've been on them as well. I'm going to take them here, plus the points. I think they come in here, compete, maybe a live dog against the Lake Show. And that's all 12 games. I just cooked them up for you guys right here, right now. I hope you appreciate the content. I really do. I apologize, no graphics, but the information is there nonetheless. Smash that like button for your guy, man. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter all day long. There's a link for that in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site. Hop on something long-term, get every single play that I release, every single sport for the duration of the package that you get. Or, you could just hop on that NBA play of the day, man. Keeping it rolling. We have been red hot there, 16, 5-2, last 23 on that play, man. Just trying to keep it rolling, man. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs. No NBA jam session tomorrow because there's no NBA games. But my NFL jam session will be dropping later on today, so be on the lookout for that. And, yeah, man, that's what I got for y'all, boys. I'll see y'all chatting hoops on Monday where we got the 2 games. I'm out of here. Peace.